Alright, let's talk about Summer Game Fest and the cost. For a long time, people thought that Summer Game Fest was just a live stream and that was pretty much about it. People looked at the trailers, all clapped or booed or whatever, and then moved on with their life. Well, Summer Game Fest is really becoming the replacement for E3 on a functional level. Not only is it a place that if your game is not being showcased at a Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo showcase or EA or Activision or somebody decides to do their own personal showcase, it's pretty much going to be shown at Summer Game Fest. And it gets a lot of eyes. I mean, millions and millions of eyes. So how much does that all cost? Well, Kotaku of all places got their hands on a lot of business information and wanted to share it, and you're not going to believe the cost. It's pretty wild. This was first reported by Esquire around June 6, and if you wanted to get your trailer into Summer Game Fest, how much do you think you have to pay? About $25,000, $50,000? I mean, these are millions of eyes. Nope. Summer Game Fest main show, if you're going to be shown in the main show, $250,000 for 1 minute, or $350,000 for a minute and a half. How about $450,000 for 2 minutes? Or, the real bargain here, $550,000 for 2.5 minutes. These are verified prices, and a lot of companies out there that are not, major publishers, they're willing to spend this type of money to market their game. Indie games and whatnot are just like, we can't pay that. There was a bit of a retraction though. Well, not a retraction, a correction that Kotaku actually posted on their page, basically stating that a lot of small indie developers have stated that Jeff Keighley is willing to kind of take on-call type of pitches for trailers. So he'll get emailed or someone will send him something about a game, and if he feels that it's something that deserves the attention or something that they could work with business-wise, he will actually let them in and be shown at the event. And these are free slots, and these are for smaller non-AAA games and studios, which is nice. But again, all know that this is really for all the big name games. Summer Game Fest is the major floor show E3 replacement. This is not where you're going to see the small indie game. I mean, you go to Devolver Digital for that type of stuff. You're going to come here to see if they make another Call of Duty and God of War or Battlefield or something of that nature. The AAA space is what Summer Game Fest is mostly about, but they'll throw in a couple free slot indie games, I guess, to kind of give that feeling of, hey, we're for everybody. But it is pretty wild. And again, that's not the only cost. If you're trying to be on the show floor, and yes, Summer Game Fest has a show floor that is mainly for business dealings, kind of like how old E3 was like. So if you wanted to walk around on the show floor, well, you're going to have to be paying money as well. Let's say you're a small developer and you just want to walk on the floor, mingle with other publishers and devs and companies. Well, one, you got to get approved, and two, you got to pay $500. That's for 1 day. If you want to actually have like a meeting cabana type of setup for up to 6 people, that's $20,000 per day. Or let's say you want to be real fancy. You want to have like a full booth and have all the media outlets and other developers and publishers come by and do all the business stuff that happens at these events. Well, it goes up from there, like a lot up. It could cost you about $100,000 plus minimum. So it's a pretty big deal. I mean, my question to you, what do you think about all this? Do you think it's fair? Because a lot of these publishers have admitted that, well, as brand awareness goes, the impact is huge. So it's not like, oh, we're going to put our trailer on Summer Games Fest and only 20,000 people watch that video. No, a couple million people just got exposed to your video, most likely live. I mean, if you look at the trajectory of the Video Game Awards, it went from something that was very niche to something that was getting millions upon millions of viewers live. So that is the proposal from Summer Games Fest. They're like, hey, these are the costs. We're going to charge you this amount of money. This is your budget. Basically replacing the money they would have spent at E3, which from my estimates was pretty high as well. But this is a completely different beast. So what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this is fair by the Jeff Keighley and his team to charge this amount of money? Or do you think it's a bit exorbitant? If you were a dev, would you pay the money to get your name on the Summer Game Fest main trailer? Let me know, because it's all a value proposition. Yes, these prices are pretty crazy, and if you're a small dev, good luck paying these prices. But you never know. Like Vampire Survivors, when they first started, we all know Vampire Survivors now, but when we first started, they probably wouldn't have been able to afford being on Summer Game Fest if these are the prices. I mean, that's just the reality of things. But leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you for being awesome.